The girl was washing her face, yet didn't notice that her reflection was moving differently. When she lifted her eyes, the person in the mirror synced up with her. Maria had always been shy and insecure. She was isolated at school, and at home, she was disliked by her father. One day she couldn't take it anymore and stormed out of the dining room, and her father bluntly told her mother,
"We have a screwed-up daughter."
Maria rushed to her room and cried. Unexpectedly, she found an old photo in the mirror. It was an ultrasound image of her mother. To her surprise, there were two fetuses in the picture. Could it be that she was a twin? Then where was the other one? That night she looked in the mirror and suddenly felt something was wrong. She nervously wiped the fog off the glass, and the person in the mirror was staring right at her. Maria freaked out and ran away, unable to sleep all night. The next day, she was a little out of it at school. Then a bad guy messed with her. He tripped her up. Maria was used to this kind of humiliation. She didn't dare fight back. Her best friend, who saw everything, just stayed silent. Suddenly, her best friend's BF stepped in. Maria had secretly liked him for a while, but he was a star player on the field hockey team, and her best friend was a figure skating expert. They just seemed like the perfect match, so Maria never said anything. When she got home that day, she heard someone calling her name. The voice came from the bathroom. Nervously, Maria walked over. This time, the person in the mirror turned around.
Who are you?
You don't remember me? What do you want? I can take your sadness away.
She looked just like Maria, but she looked much prettier. She said her name was Julie. Could this be her twin sister's soul? The next day, her best friend said to teach her ice skating and took Maria to an abandoned rink. Soon after they started, her best friend let go of her and Maria crashed hard onto the ice. Maria begged her to help her up, but she coldly revealed her true intentions.
He's mine, you know.
What? Who?
She had already figured out Maria liked her BF, so she didn't care about teaching her to skate. She was just showing off. That night, Maria was sad and confided in Julie. Julie took the opportunity, said, "Let me out so I can help you get revenge." Just as Maria was about to switch with Julie, her mother interrupted. She handed her a crown, telling her to enjoy the ice skating ball. But Maria didn't know how to skate. When she arrived at the ball, she couldn't even stand up properly on the ice. Just then, her best friend's BF showed up again. His gentlemanly demeanor melted her heart. As she was lost in the sweetness of it, she caught her best friend's jealous glare. Maria accidentally fell, and another guy reached out to help her, thinking he was being kind, yet he grabbed her and dragged her across the ice, humiliating her in front of everyone, yet her classmates just laughed at her. Maria completely broke down. She ran to the mirror and sobbed uncontrollably.
I need you now.
Let me take your pain away.
The girl put her hand on the mirror, then she kissed her reflection inside. In that moment, their souls switched. The shy, kind girl Maria disappeared, and in her place stood the evil Lana. On her first day at school, she kicked the bully's ass. When saw the guy she had secretly liked, she was no longer shy, even faced her best friend's threatening stare. She didn't back down.
I'm so sorry about what happened last night. It was fucking long.
Was it?
I tried to stop them, but
Sure.
Her best friend felt a little uneasy, but Lana changed the subject. "Why don't you keep teaching me to skate?" Her best friend reluctantly agreed. What she didn't know was Lana was planning a terrible revenge. When her friend wasn't around, Lana practiced on the ice every day, even secretly went to the training rink to study her friend's moves, and her friend didn't notice anything. They went back to that old ice rink. She was surprised to find how quickly Lana had improved.
Jeez, have you been practicing?
Lana didn't respond. She just kept stepping closer, under the pressure of Lana's intense stare. Her best friend slowly stopped smiling. She wanted to use her own skill to scare her like before. First, she did a jump spin. To her surprise, Lana stumbled but managed to pull it off. Then, her friend did a series of spins. Lana didn't back down, though not as fast. Her execution was still impressive. Her best friend started to take it seriously. She tried a more difficult move. This time, Lana failed. Her best friend smirked, but soon she realized the girl in front of her was no longer the shy Maria she knew. Her instinct screamed at her to run. Without a word, Lana chased her down in a panic. Her expert skater friend actually slipped. Her head hit the hard stone bricks and died instantly. Lana glanced coldly at her, took out her phone. The reflection on the screen was exactly the terrified Maria. Lana immediately copied Lily's expression and then called the police.
Yeah, I'm here with my friend and she's fallen and I...
Back at home, Maria in the mirror confronted Lana. "Why are you doing this?" Lana coldly replied. "Isn't this exactly what you wanted?" Maria regretted it deeply and wanted to switch back, but no matter how much she pounded the glass, Lana ignored her. Having tasted revenge, Lana grew bolder. On the day of her friend's funeral, she pretended to be fragile and got close to her best friend's BF. They soon became inseparable, and their relationship moved fast. One day, they sneaked out of school for a date, but they got a call from the cop. The cop said there were doubts about her friend's case, and they needed to come in for questioning right now. Her BF agreed right away, but Lana wasn't having it. She tried to manipulate him, but he shoved her to the ground. As he turned to leave, angry Lana grabbed an empty bottle and slammed it into his head. He collapsed and was gone. Lana was terrified. She ran to the mirror, and sure enough, Maria was crying inside. Lana put her hand on the mirror, but Maria didn't want to come out anymore. Those who had hurt Maria were now all dead. Only one person was left, and that was her father. Throughout Maria's whole childhood, her father had only been disdainful toward her, disliked her for not being pretty, disliked her lack of confidence. Now Lana, who had caused so much chaos, found her father. She wasn't panicking anymore. Instead, she calmly questioned him.
Would you love me if I wasn't beautiful? If I was deformed?
Why would you say that?
Turns out, when Maria's parents were pregnant with twins, yet her sister Lana was born with deformities, her heartless father ignored the mother's pleas and left her in the snow to die. Maybe it was then that Lana's hatred started to live inside Maria. As for the surviving Maria, her father had always seen her as an imperfect failure. The daughter who had never received her father's love finally snapped. She killed her father with her own hands. Perhaps from the beginning, Lana had never truly existed. She was just a split personality inside Maria, living in Maria's mind. At the end of the story, Maria returned to her mother's side. The mirror and reality kept switching. Hard to tell what was real.